not a cartoon. I'm usually a human, but I didn't want to be on camera today, which is ironic because I'm talking about all my cameras. These are my babies. These are my prized possessions. I cannot separate from them. I love them so much. I love them. I love every single one of them. I love everything that I've learned from each and every one of them. So, yeah. This bad boy right here is the Olympus Super Zoom 800. It is my first ever camera. It is a point and shoot. It works fine. It's super sharp, and when you don't want to mess about exposure or anything about that, it's really fun and easy to use for anything, for capturing memories. This was kind of my starting point and I love the photos that it produced. I love that it is also a zoom as well, and it's got a built-in flash, so any situation, it's really just a stable camera that you don't really need to worry about, which is what all point and shoots should be. But I've gotten the best results with this point and shoot in particular because it's super sharp and everything is pretty good when it comes to autofocus. So I really like this camera. This monster of a camera is a Vivitar 3000N. It is my first ever manual camera, and this was the learning point for me in terms of photography because this was such a hard camera because I would always, when digital, I would use M, but you don't need to calculate the ISO to the shutter speed to the f-stop. But in a manual camera, it forces you to learn that to even just get any good photos. This camera is 15mm lens. It's just good for portrait. It's a metal body. It's really heavy. But yeah, this was my first ever serious film camera because it forced me to actually learn how to do everything manually. And it was frustrating and it was a lot of money because I've spent a lot of money on film and developing and having blank rolls and out of focus shots, and it's just it was a learning curve, this camera, but it was a good lesson. So hey, my most unreliable camera, the Contax G1. This baby is so beautiful. She's the most temperamental camera in the world. She cannot give me a full roll of shot film. She has such a sticky shutter that sometimes I have missing shots. The quality that it produces is so good that I do not want to give her up. I want to get her fixed. And it is a rangefinder, so if you know anything about cameras, it's a lot more different than DSLRs, and this was also a learning curve. And I've also wasted a lot of money on this, but it is so beautiful. It's gold. I really love this camera. It's a 90mm that I have because it is the cheapest of the lenses, but I'm looking to get the 35 or the 28, my only rangefinder. Very sexy, but she's so beautiful. She's gold. And finally, the beast, the monster, the most gorgeous, thick bitch that's out there. My Mamiya RB67. I love this camera so much. I've been dreaming about a medium format camera, but I started with 35 because I didn't trust myself with the medium format. So I had to learn all these stuff from the past cameras so that I can fully feel confident in holding a Mamiya RB67. This is a medium format camera, so it takes 120 film, which only takes 10 shots. Viewfinder, the lens, it's good. I really like this camera. I think use this camera the most out of every single one of them. Yeah, I've stopped buying 35mm film because I wanted to focus on the RB67, and everything that I get out of the Mamiya RB67 is good. There is like the shot in every single one of them, and all of the photos I love and all of the photos are good. I don't know if it's because of the bigger film size, but this camera is a beast and all of that. This camera is also a manual camera, so it doesn't use any technology. So I'm glad that I learned from the Vivitar for, exposure and all that shit, so I can use this beast properly. I have the 90mm and the 180mm. I love it. I love her. I would do anything for her. Yeah, that's it. That's it for this whole thing. I hope you enjoyed looking at all my cameras. And hopefully, the next time you see me, I'll be a human and not a cartoon. So, bye!